Chapter 4. For those of you just tuning in, there has been a major accident at the main laboratory facilities of Osborne Industries earlier this evening. Notice that these speech bubbles have these little spikes to them. That gives us a little clue as to who's speaking on these first couple pages. Details are still sketchy, but we have confirmation that there are fatalities involved. Osborne Industries has widely been considered a world leader in scientific and medical breakthroughs over the last decade, employing many of the greatest scientific minds of our generation. A company still run by company founder and local New Yorker Norman Osborne. Ugh. There has been much speculation in the medical community about the company's future. Sources tell us that there has been industry talk of some revolutionary new product being developed by Osborne. Whether or not what has happened tonight has anything to do with such a product is unclear. Authorities are asking residents and travelers to stay clear of the area of Osborne Industries until such time as the safety of the area can be declared secure. Dad. And there we get our chapter subtitle, With Great Power. I want you to go ahead and tie that into the title of the text, which is Power and Responsibility. So, With Great Power is the subtitle of this chapter. Again, for those of you just tuning in, that phrase tuning in gives us a clue as to who's speaking here. There has been a major accident at the main laboratory facilities of Osborne Industries earlier this evening. Whether or not local businessman and entrepreneur Norman Osborne was on the scene during the accident is still unclear. Please stay tuned to us, your local 24-hour news channel. There's our answer right there. These first few pages are spoken by a news reporter. For developments as they happen. This is also another one of those big panels, just a full 2-page panel right here to show off the artwork. Notice the destruction in this laboratory. There's a lot of people still alive, obviously. They're inspecting the damage. Looks like they're trying to put out the fire as well. These two scientists up here are pretty horrified as to what happened. And we notice on the previous page that Harry and Dr. Octavius survived. Be gentle, be gentle! Such a baby, God. Do it, do it! Oh. Slam! Kind of annoys me in this text that Spider-Man slams the Crusher in the same way every time. I think they could have been a little more creative there, but that's just me. It's unbelievable! It is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen! Woohoo! He did it again! The Amazing Spider-Man! The Amazing Spider-Man! Alright, don't hurt yourself. And if you'll just pony up the bucks, I'll be on my way. Hello? Where's the petty cash? I give up. Where is the petty cash? The money! Where's the money that we keep from the box office receipts right here in this office? Well, how on earth would I know? Well, you knew it was in here. So did they. Well, you're the only one here I don't know. I don't know you. Take off that mask or I'm calling the cops. Are you serious? Now, why on earth would I? Why all the mystery? And I fell for it. Or I fell right for it, didn't I? You lousy sack of... Please. If I wanted to rob the place, I certainly wouldn't need to... Why don't we talk to the police about it? I think it's about time that mask came off. And I mean, right now. Flip. I kind of like the artwork here. They showed two of them to show the motion. You guys are nuts, you know that? Really in need of some kind of group steroid counseling or something. Notice once again Spidey's personality. So Peter's personality is very different. The way that he speaks, the way that he acts, when he's in costume. Get him! Get him? Wow. You ever think of writing for the theater? He gone. Interesting. So our speech bubbles aren't speech bubbles anymore. These little blue boxes, right? I think the way that we're supposed to be imagining this is as thoughts instead of speech. So he's not saying these things out loud, but these are kind of Spider's inner thoughts as he's swinging through the city here. Or I guess he's not swinging yet. I guess he's just kind of jumping around through the city. Well, there goes my wrestling career. Bunch of maniacs. I could have mopped the floor with a bunch of them. They're so lucky I've got a heart of gold. Sure, there's the tainted blood of a spider running through it, but it's still a heart of gold. Don't mind the sniffles, I've got seasonal allergies. So I'll get a normal job like a normal teenager. Help chip in for Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Wonder if these spider powers will be an asset changing the grease traps at the corner Wendy's. No, I gotta get a job with computers at a lab or something. Can't believe those guys are going to rip my head off like that. I bet that manager ripped the place off himself. Figures he can pin it on me like that. Really burns my butt. Why are people always so quick to jump down my throat? I tell you, I'm so sick of it. Help! We've been robbed! He robbed my deli! My deli! He robbed us! Somebody! I mean, is it me? Or is it that everywhere I go, someone's getting in my face about something? Hey, get out of my way! Ow! Shall we dance? Jeez, can you believe that guy? Reservoir dork. What? What was that? What was that? Or what was what? Why didn't you stop him? All you had to do was trip him, stick your foot out, and he's kissing pavement. Whatever. All you had to do... Yeah, well, I've got my own problems, big guy. Little snot. Oh, I think we can go back and answer that question. I want to make sure I got the wording right on it. Go back a little bit here. Why does Peter let the robber pass by him? Not any good reason, obviously. I guess there's a couple of ways to answer this question. The way that I might answer it is that Peter's already in a bad mood about getting kicked off the wrestling program. He's already in a bad mood. He just makes a bad decision here and lets the robber pass by. He feels like it's not his problem. He says, "I've got my own problems," right? Let's see how that plays out for Petey. Where have you been? Practice? What's going on? With what? I'm thinking of that other study guide question. Question 6, right? Close-ups of people's faces. So notice how close it is right here. But then we've got this other panel right below that's really, really close. It's these images that are the real close-ups that we want to focus on. So notice, once again, facial expressions. You can kind of see anger, frustration, disappointment on Aunt May and Uncle Ben. In Peter's eyes here, I see fear. What? English. How do you go from an A to this? Can I see that? Am I to assume that your other grades have slipped dramatically as well? I don't know. What's going on, Peter? This is serious. I don't know. I guess I have different priorities now. Let's see how that quote plays out for him. Different priorities? Your grades were such a point of pride for you, Peter. I don't understand. You know what? Maybe this basketball thing isn't such a good idea. No way! Peter, it's great that you've discovered sports and all, but we have to think something is really wrong when we get a report from your school like this. I can do whatever I want. Oh, really? I can't believe this. Peter, I think you should apologize to your aunt for this tone of yours. Screw this. And he's out once again. Bad decision number 1. So that's another one of those study guide questions, right? List some of the bad decisions that Peter makes after letting the robber pass by. Running out on Aunt May and Uncle Ben is one of them. Look for more over these next few pages. Thought bubbles again. I hate this. As he's climbing up a building. Why can't I just tell them? Just tell them what I can do now. Tell them that I'm okay. That I'm so much better than okay. It's like something is holding me back. Like I shouldn't tell them. Everything is so different now, and I haven't even had like a second to figure it all out. 1 minute I'm Peter Parker, king of the dweebs, and then all of a sudden I can do this. And I don't even know what this is. Now I'm playing basketball and I don't even like it. I'm wrestling and I don't even like it. It isn't me. I don't care about any of this stuff, but what do I do now? Why has this happened to me? Maybe I should just bite the bullet and talk to Harry's creepy dad. Come clean with what happened at the lab with the spider and whatnot. It was all a mistake, he can see that. One thing's for sure, I'm not going back home tonight. But where can I go? If I go to Mary Jane's, the Watsons will call my house. Harry's in the hills. Where else can I... Oh man, I can't believe I'm even thinking this. For those of you just tuning in, here's our news reporter lady again. There seems to have been a major accident at the main laboratory facilities of Osborne Industries earlier this evening. Please stay tuned to us, your local 24-hour news channel, for developments as they happen. Another close-up of this guy's face. I don't know if we're ever given this guy's name, unless this is Kong, and we just see that he's got facial hair now. Hard to tell. Repeating our top story, there was a major incident... Hey! Oh, sorry. Wrong tone of voice. Hey, Parker? I know this seems awfully bizarre considering our history up until recently, but I think I just need a place to sack out. Yeah, okay. Come on. The rents are gone out of town for the week, so no biggie. Where'd you get that? At the arena. Whew, man, he's all the rage. He's got a Spidey shirt on. Another big panel. Let's talk of bad decisions from Peter's point of view here. He crashed here? He did. In your pad. Right there on that couch. And you let him. Sure? Puny Parker? What are you, 6 years old? You guys hear what happened to Harry's dad? We see that Peter's talking to a girl here in this very large house party. Never noticed this before, but I'm not going to play Count the People here, but that's a lot of people to stuff into a tiny New York City apartment. Where's Brandy Jane tonight? Don't call her that. And I don't know where Mary is, Liz. Haven't really talked to her today. Huh? I thought you guys were like an item. An item? I don't... Not exactly. This little dude had a fight with his folks or whoever it is he lives with and asked to crash. And you let him? So what? The guy's on the team. We gotta look out for each other. Unbelievable. Hate to break it to you, that guy might have gotten us into the state finals, so... Oh, please. Guys, did you hear about Harry? So you guys aren't dating? No. Do you like girls? Yeah? Oh. What? Hey, you can never be too sure, Mr. Parker. My mom was dating a gay guy for like a year. Never knew it. Sounds like a fascinating woman, but... Notice that we're kind of cutting between two conversations here. So you've got... That is Kong after all. I didn't recognize him without his hat and with the facial hair. And then you've got Flash and this guy. I don't think we're ever given his name. And then we have Peter talking to Liz. Yeah, where was Harry today? Dude, I'm telling you, the man's dad was blown up or something. What? What I heard. Wouldn't that, like, be on the news or something? He was watching the news just a moment ago. I called him. He wasn't home. Look at that Liz. Such a slut. What do you think of me, Peter? I think you're just a little drunk, Liz. Little bit. Think you should be drinking? Little bit. Hi, Mary Jane. Can I help it if I think you're just a little cute there, Mr. Parker? Liz. Mary. Bad decision number 2. Oh, man, Mary. Mary! Let me... And he runs into Uncle Ben. Love this panel right here. So you can kind of see, you've got Peter standing here, Uncle Ben towering over him with... If you think of this like a movie scene, right, the camera's rather low, so it's looking up at both of them. That magnifies just how big Uncle Ben is. Doesn't matter that Peter's Spider-Man here. He is busted. Let's go. Uncle Ben, don't. Dude, busted. Stop it. I can walk myself. You're embarrassing me. How can you do that to May? Leave and stay out all night. You're 15 years old, Peter. And with all the tragedy in our family, to leave like that? Peter, really, how can you do that to the woman? I don't know. What's going on with you lately? Something's going on. This isn't you. Another close-up. Notice the disappointment in Peter's face this time. I don't know. Oh, Peter. You're such a good kid. Such a bright... No, more than bright. You're as smart as they come. And this is just stupid. You know, your father, God rest his soul. Your father had a philosophy that he held to pretty strongly, and it's one that served him very, very well. He believed that if there were things in this world that you had to offer, things that you did well, better than anyone else, things that you could do that helped people or made people feel better about themselves, well, he believed that it wasn't just a good idea to do those things. He believed it was your responsibility to do those things. Don't try to be something else. Don't try to be less. Great things are going to happen to you in your life, Peter. Great things. And with that will come great responsibility. Do you understand? Great responsibility. My father, if he knew so much, tears streaming down his face, then where is he? Come on, Peter, snap out of it. You can do it. Study guide alert. I don't want to skip over this one. It's an important question. So, bad decisions, you saw several. List as many as you like right there. Uncle Ben says something very wise. What does he say, and how does Peter respond? Let's kind of shorten what he said right there, because he said it in so many words, but the famous quote associated with this story is, "With great power comes great responsibility." Probably one of the great quotes that's been in stories and film over the past 15 to 20 years right here is this one. Such a famous one now. He says, with great power comes great responsibility. I think in our Christian church, that reminds me a lot about spiritual gifts, right? We have this idea that God has given us great abilities, great gifts, great things in our life, and we have the responsibility to share those gifts and to bring Him glory and honor with them. Let's continue, though. How does Peter respond? Peter gets upset and runs off again. That word again is pretty important here. As we talk about bad decisions, Peter keeps running away from his problems in this chapter. He runs out from Aunt May and Uncle Ben, runs off to this party, runs out again when Uncle Ben tries to confront him. He's definitely not in a good spot in his life right now. We're closing in on the end of the chapter, so let's take a look. Thunderstorm. So stupid. Crying like a girl. He didn't deserve that. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that ever since this Spider-Man thing began, all I can think is that the one person who would know what to do was my dad. My dad would have known what to make of all this, my powers, what they mean. But I'm wrong, and I'm sick of being wrong. Uncle Ben and Aunt May are my family, and it's way past time for me to grow up. It's time I told them what is going on with me, and whatever happens, happens. If I'm a freak, I'm a freak. They love me no matter what. I love the colors on this page, right? So lots of blues and this thunderstorm going by. I think that matches kind of emotionally what's going on with Peter right here. And you've got these beautiful panels. Last panel of the chapter. Notice, once again, facial expressions and what they communicate. Notice that there's no text on this page, but it communicates so much as Peter's walking home. Notice all of the police cars and ambulance as well. Oh, there is some text. Peter says, "Oh no," on this big big close-up of his face as he closes out into chapter 5.